Good evening, everyone. So today we're going to be going over a little orientation for the offshore workplace safety and health. This is over a lot of stuff we've carried through the class, been studying on, looking up, kind of learning. And this me, Trevor McAllister, class SATC 240. So let's go ahead and get started. So first slide, it's going to be the general is, if you join a rig or, one of these environments. Subpart A, general, it's just the overview of the basic safety within this environment. And it's intended to promote a workplace safety and health by establishing the requirements related to, the activities and the equipment you're going to be using within the outer continental shelf. So let's get to it. So some of the duties of lessees, permittees, and basically all the people responsible for the operations that are actually taking place. The duty of the lease as permit holder and of these people ensure workplace are in compliance and free of hazards that can be obviously, eliminated from the workplace. So number one rule whenever you join the field and you are out there is you must report all unsafe working conditions. That is a non-negotiable that we expect from you within our work environment. That's from little things to big things you may see. And part of this, subpart B, that's your PPE. This is everything that's, it's your last line of defense. If something were to fail or something wasn't followed correctly, or if some random thing may take place, that's your coveralls. Got your protective bags you can keep some items in, your safety glasses, your impact resistant gloves, steel-toed boots. That it may look a little funky in this picture, but it's actually one of the lanyards that are used to secure your hard hat within the workplace. Anytime you step outside the living quarters, got to have it on. That is just so if the wind or anything does catch it, this cannot fall, become a dropped object, or potentially even fall into the sea. And another one is your hearing. You'll have earplugs, but in certain places you're required to keep, PPE that allows more protection from these loud noises. So 142.21, that's the purpose and why it's there basically. And that is just, everything that you want to keep you safe as could be. Dust masks, clothes, gloves, little items to big items. So, the use of the equipment and 142.24, you're required and must wear all your PPE. That means it's, like I said, a non-negotiable, something that you can't argue with. It's there for a reason, so it must be worn. Next is 142.27, eye and face protection. That's welding, protective materials from all that sort of stuff. Head protection. You must wear your head protection. Let me move the screen so you can see it. So, that is number one defense. I've seen it, it will protect you at all times. Hard hats, head protectors, where any dropped object or hazard may exist. Foot protection is a must because, the soles are built to withstand, chemicals and wear and tear and all that good stuff. But a steel toe, the design is if it's there to protect your foot, but in the event something does happen, it will save your foot. You won't lose your entire foot. You could lose possibly toes from the steel toe, but it is there to make the injury not as big and prevent the little injuries. PPE clothing, you must wear all this at all time. 142.36, this is protects you from flying particles, molten metal, any kind of radiant energy, heavy dust, or hazardous materials you may be within the work area. Respiratory protection falls under 142.39, 33 CFR. So respiratory protection must be, get this off of the screen. Sorry about that. May be required, and also you must perform a fit test to ensure that it does seal and is properly in place prior to any of this.